You spent good money on your truck, drove 3 hours to the trailhead, and your tires packed with mud on the second hill and left you spinning like a lawn sprinkler. That's not bad luck. That's the wrong tire. And today, that ends for good. I went through independent test results, long-term ownership data, and real-world reviews from guys who've actually put serious miles on these to build this list. The 7 best Mudmaster all-terrain tires available right now in 2026. Every single tire here is still in active production. No discontinued models, no last-generation carryovers. These are tires you can order today and bolt on this weekend. The selection came down to 3 criteria. Self-cleaning tread that works under actual load, not just on a dry spec sheet, sidewall construction built for rough real-world use, and a documented track record from long-term owners who've tested these in the field. The tire sitting at number 1 has a self-cleaning feature engineered directly into the shoulder lugs, not just the center tread. Most guys shopping for mud tires walk right past that detail when they're comparing options. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why that distinction matters more than anything else on the sticker. All product links are sitting in the description right now. Number 6, Falken Wildpeak M/T. Falken built its reputation in performance tires, and the Wildpeak M/T carries that engineering discipline straight into the mud terrain space. The headline feature is the DuraSpec 3-ply sidewall, one of the most consistently praised construction details in long-term owner reviews, and particularly among guys who run rocky technical terrain where sidewall contact is unavoidable. The stone ejectors on the Wildpeak M/T are larger and more prominent than most competitors, sitting inside the main tread grooves to physically push debris out before it can drill into the carcass. Simple Tires testing rated the Wildpeak M/T 8.4 out of 10 for traction, with high marks specifically for rocky terrain performance. On mixed-condition trails, rocks, hard-packed dirt, gravel with occasional mud, it handles the variety well. The DuraSpec sidewall also runs on both sides of the tire, giving you consistent protection no matter which way you mount it. The honest limitation: the center tread blocks are narrower than a traditional mud tire, which reduces the void ratio. In deep or soft mud, the kind of sticky stuff you find in the Southeast or Pacific Northwest in spring, it's not going to outdig the tires ranked above it. Know your terrain before you choose this one. The Cooper Discoverer STT Pro earns number 5 on tread life alone, and that is a rare thing to say about a mud terrain tire. Long-term owner accounts, documented across multiple Jeep and truck forums, consistently report 40,000 to 55,000 miles with proper rotation schedules. One Jeep Jaguar owner put 40,000 miles on their set of STT Pros and projected comfortably reaching 55,000 before needing a replacement. For a mud terrain tire, that kind of longevity is unusual and worth taking seriously if you're putting regular highway miles on your rig between trail days. Cooper's open tread design pushes mud out during rotation, and the self-cleaning performance is particularly strong in sticky clay conditions, the kind of red clay that packs up and suffocates tires across Georgia, the Carolinas, and eastern Oklahoma. The 3-ply sidewall provides solid puncture resistance, and an asymmetric tread layout keeps road noise lower than the aggressive appearance suggests. One caution worth mentioning: the STT Pro runs heavy. On lighter vehicles, mid-size trucks, short wheelbase Jeeps, that unsprung weight can affect steering response and handling feel. On full-size trucks and larger 4-wheel drive rigs, it's a natural match. Number 4 is the Toyo Open Country MT, and this tire carries one of the highest traction scores in its entire class. When Simple Tire rated it 9.8 out of 10 for traction, a number that sits at or near the top of every serious rating system in the mud terrain category. The reason comes down to tread geometry. Toyo uses hook-shaped lug blocks, and that shape creates biting edges that grip from multiple angles simultaneously. On soft mud and deep snow, that design gives you far more purchase than a standard square or rectangular lug block. Scalloped, open shoulder blocks add traction coming out of ruts and channels. Stone and mud ejectors run through the main groove channels. The construction uses a high turn-up 3-ply polyester body, extending the ply deep into the sidewall for added impact resistance where the trail hits hardest. If you've put miles on the Toyo Open Country MT, drop a comment and tell me what terrain you've run it on. I want to know what you think of those hook-shaped lugs in real conditions. The limitation is real and worth stating plainly. Those wide grooves that make this tire so capable in mud reduce the contact patch on paved roads. Wet pavement traction suffers for it. If your daily commute involves rain-soaked highways in the Mid-Atlantic, Midwest during spring melt, or anywhere that sees regular heavy rain, you'll feel that trade-off on the street. The top 3 is where things really start to separate from the rest of this list. Number 3 goes to the Thompson Baja Boss M, and this tire has built a serious, loyal following in a short period of time. The Baja Boss uses a massive asymmetrical tread pattern with large angled lug blocks. The angle of those lugs is central to how the self-cleaning works. As the tire rotates, the face angle of each lug actively throws mud and debris clear of the groove. The cleaning action isn't just from centrifugal force, it's built into the geometry of the lug itself. Center groove cleaning is strong, shoulder cleaning is equally solid. Mickey Thompson uses a PowerPly 3-ply sidewall for serious puncture resistance and a T6 rubber compound that improves grip on wet and icy surfaces, which explains why owners in the Midwest and Mountain West consistently report that the Baja Boss handles snow better than they expected from a mud-terrain tire. Multiple Gladiator and heavy-duty truck owners documented in forum discussions note that it runs quieter on the highway than their previous mud-terrain tires, even after extended trail use. And then for the guy driving his truck to a job site 5 days a week and running a trail on Saturday, that livability factor matters in ways the raw specs won't tell you. Starting price runs around $320 per tire. For what you get in real-world performance, owners consistently say it holds up. Number 2 is the Nitto Trail Grappler M/T, a tire that built its reputation mile by mile through documented real-world long-term use. One Ford Raptor owner put 30,000 miles on his set of trail grapplers and described the tread life and sidewall integrity as consistent throughout, calling them smooth and confidence-inspiring both on and off trail. Tread life on the trail grappler routinely outpaces most M/T competitors in its class, and Nitto's sidewall construction is one of the most discussed strengths in off-road communities for its documented ability to handle rock and rut contact without giving up structural integrity. The tread layout features open voids, staggered lug blocks, and aggressive sidewall lugs that engage when the center tread runs out of options. Side hilling on a steep-cut trail, deep ruts on a narrow mountain switchback, or rock faces where the tire needs to grip from the side. Self-cleaning happens through both the center groove and the sidewall lug pattern simultaneously. The trade-off is weight. A 37-inch trail grappler comes in around 84 pounds per tire, real unsprung mass that shows up in fuel economy and in how your suspension responds over rough terrain. Pricing runs $400 and above per tire in larger sizes, eyes firmly at the premium end of the category. For lifted full-size trucks where durability, sidewall toughness, and off-road grip are the top priorities, the Trail Grappler is one of the strongest options on this entire list. Most mud tires clean the center tread and stop there. The tire at number 1 cleans somewhere else entirely. And that single difference is what puts it in a separate conversation from everything else ranked today. Number 1 is the BFGoodrich Mud-Terrain T/AKM3. There is a reason this tire has held the top position in serious off-road rankings for years, and nothing in 2026 has changed that. Here is the specific feature I mentioned at the very start. Most mud tires self-clean the center tread. The KM3 self-cleans the shoulders. BFGoodrich engineered what they call mud-phobic bars directly into the shoulder lug pattern, specially shaped elements that actively release compacted mud during rotation. In deep, soft mud, the shoulders carry the majority of the load. That's where other tires pack up and lose grip. The KM3 is engineered specifically not to let that happen. According to BFGoodrich's own testing, the KM3 delivers 5% better mud traction and 8% better rock traction than the KM2 it replaced. The shoulder cleaning design is the core reason behind those numbers. The KM3 uses BFGoodrich's Crawl-Tech rubber compound, built specifically for grip on loose rock and soft soil. The linear flex zone carcass construction lets the tire conform to irregular rock surfaces when you air it down. A characteristic that Expedition Portal's independent long-term review described as the best engagement of loose terrain and hard rock surfaces they had tested in that class. Real-world ownership data backs it up across the board. One Toyota 4Runner owner documented close to 40,000 miles on his KM3s, with 10 out of 18 30-seconds of an inch of tread remaining, even wear across all 4 tires, crediting consistent monthly pressure checks and 5,000-mile rotations. The tire carries a 6-year manufacturer's warranty from BFGoodrich. Pricing runs approximately $378 to $400 plus per tire in popular sizes. That positions it toward the top of the category. The combination of shoulder self-cleaning, crawl-tech grip, and documented long-term tread life under proper maintenance makes it the standard against which every other tire on this list gets measured. When you need the mud not to win, this is the tire you put on. That is the full list. BFGoodrich M3 at number 1, Nitto Trail Grappler at 2, Thompson Baja Boss at 3, Toyo Open Country MT at 4, Discoverer STT Pro at 5, Falken Wildpeak MT at 6, and the Milestar Patagonia MT02 as the honorable mention for anyone working with a tighter budget. Every tire is linked in the description with current pricing and the most common sizes for trucks, Jeeps, and full-size SUVs. Tell me in the comments, what are you running right now, and would you make a switch after watching this? And if you want a tire that handles serious trails but still rides quietly enough for the weekday commute, my next video breaks down the top all-terrain picks for 2026. Same depth, same criteria, no filler. You're going to want to see what came in at number 1 on that list too. See you there.